Throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
In, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
In, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
In, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
In, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
In, fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot, off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
as we welcome you inside Adelard Arena in a boisterous Adelard Arena on a Friday night in Rhode Island, and welcome to another edition of Rhode Island High School Hockey on Panzoli Sports Network. As the Mount St. Charles Mounties take on the Bishop Hendricken Hawks, there are so many things that can be said about this game. It can go in the annals of things like Lakers Celtics, Yankees Red Sox, Patriots against whoever, because everybody seems to hate the Patriots. These two sides don't like each other. They have played so many games against each other over so many years, and it has defined seasons. It has defined championships. It has defined legacies. Tonight, they'll take the ice one more time in the storied tradition of this rivalry. Early in the 22-23 season, it is game number 2 for the Hendricken Hawks. It's the first time that we've seen Mount. And we're underway in the first period. Thank you for tuning in this evening on Panzoli Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Joseph Lammy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com for more information, and by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools, 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com. Today is a huge hit from the 9 of Kyle Smolin, as this one gets wrapped around the backside. Buchanan pushes that one in. 4 on the opposite side is Andrew Smith. Smith had a goal last night in Hendricken's game against Barrington. Headed the other way, and right away was Kavanaugh. And an opportunity, and that one went aside. Owen Carter. Carter from the blue line. Carter fires one, and that one gets past Dylan Hanna in net. Hanna came in relief the other night against St. John's, and an interference penalty called here, and we're going to get a power play. 13:36 left to go here in the first. To the box will go the 10 of Aiden Pereira. So Mounties on the power play early on. Colton Lawrence. As that one is held back at the blue line, trying to move it forward with Luke Smolin. Headed the other way with a little bit of steam was James Carrera as he tried to outlast that one. For Antonio Lombari, as Lombari carries this one through the neutral zone. Lombari dumps it around, horseshoes around the backside boards, comes out again for Lawrence. Colton Lawrence mishandles that one. Gets scooted to the blue line. Smolin got ran into by Jack LaRose. Behind the Mount net. Carried through the neutral zone goes Colton Lawrence once again. Lawrence run out into the boards by Smith. Dropped back for Logan Lefebvre, and that one goes wide. The 30 of Colin Murray, the sophomore, in net tonight once again for the Hawks, as Murray sprawls out and is able to block that one away. And this one will scoot all the way back down. The 23 of Luke Smolin as he picks that one up. Through the neutral zone, comes back out on the Mount side of the bench. Split benches in Adelard, one of the old school hockey barn styles that you don't see too often, though we're starting to see some of the newer college arenas get built in relatively the same way. Harrison Dumas. Dumas cycles that one around the backside, coming out on the corner for Buchanan. Buchanan looking, still can't find a lane. Buchanan's blocked off completely by Jack Lewis. Somehow got that one through in the center, and an opportunity for Max Rusov, and that one pops off of the glove of Murray and is sent all the way back down. Scooped up and carried through. Dumps and chases from both sides as they try to make line changes. Turnover, headed one-way shot, score! Will Kavanaugh picked that one up and stuck it in the backside, and it's 1-0 now. Sorry, 1-0 Hendricken. What a quick turn of events. So now Mount has to try to figure out how to get back on top of things as Hendricken picks up the first goal of the game from the 9 of Will Kavanaugh. Face-off that can be won by the Hawks. They carry this one to the backside. It gets turned over. Lombari trying to see if he can get into the offensive zone. Delayed offsides negated as the puck is touched by Hendricken and it's pushed up into the stands and out of play. So face-off to come to the right side of Murray. 11:13 left to go here in this period. On the corner for the 27 of Caleri. Quickly all the way back the opposite direction as that one came off of Jack LaRose. LaRose has been pushing the envelope on that far side board as he takes a shot, and that one goes just off to the side. Braden Slack for Mount trying to get to Lombari. They get overrun again. This time it's Chris Hughes in the middle of the play as it came back for Penachini. Penachini sends that one deep into the corner. Kyle Smolin in the 9 plays along with Luke Smolin in the 23. Came right back out in front. Dylan Hanna had to get his glove onto it twice as that one got pushed around. Hawks have been peppering Dylan Hanna right in front of the net. They've already got one on the board. They're trying to look for more. They know that they're going to need more than one goal to try to get through this game. Deflected off the sideboards. Icing is negated as it's moved around the backside by Andrew Smith. For the 12 of Colton Lawrence as he gets that one poked off of his stick. And it's moved forward. The 22 is Nate Marshall for the Hendricken Hawks. As they continue to kick it around, Logan Lefebvre right in front of the Hendricken bench. For the 14 of Max Rusov and a shot attempt that's saved by Murray. And it looks like the 22 and the 11 got in a little bit of a tussle. That's Lefebvre, the 11 for Mount against the 22 of Nate Marshall. Back in front of the Hendricken bench. Steve Nardelli, and that one goes all the way down. Icing will stop play. 9:17 officially left to go here in the first period. A fervent first period. We completely expected that one between these two sides. Aside from a win in the column to the season, there is a lot of bragging rights that go on with this game because it's just Hendricken and Mount. It's one of those games that you circle on your calendar. One else that can be circled would be December 23rd, and that's the LaSalle Smithfield game to come up next week. As this one will be icing, we'll bring it back down in front to the left side of Dylan Hanna. As we mentioned, Dylan Hanna came in relief the other night against St. John's. Though he gave up 5 goals himself in that game, they've decided to go ahead and give him a shot. And so Dylan Hanna continues tonight as the starter. Aiden Ferreira round the back side for Nick Regine. First time we've called Nick Regine tonight. That one came right back at him front, and Ferreira had an opportunity and may have actually whiffed on that shot as it kind of just slid right across the ice. As this one gets picked up, carried the other way, Braden Slack. Slack had to dump that one off and headed back to the boards of Slack as he lost his twig. It sits on the corner. 2-on-1 opportunity for the Hawks, and Hannah stretched out to storm one down, and a whistle gets called. Are we going to get a penalty? Yes. Charging is called against the 7 of Will Link. He will go to the box for 2, and the Hawks are going to have a power play. So leading 1-0, and they're going to get an opportunity to try to add to this one as skating to the circle goes Jack LaRose against the 10 of Lombari. Spun back shot, score! Draw play on the face-off, and the Hendricken Hawks have made it 2-0 as the 18 of Chris Hughes will pick up one. Already a 2-0 lead. Lefebvre for Mount. Dumas. Giuliano now for the Hawks. And this one's going to bounce back for Will Link. Link was in the penalty box when the power play goal was scored. Braden Slack on the backside boards, pushing that one forward for Lefebvre. Whistle and a stoppage of play on an offside call. And we'll get a face-off just outside the blue line. Tonight's first period on Fans Only Sports Network brought to you by Joseph Lamy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephLamy.com for more information, and by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools, 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com today. Getting thumped into the boards and sliding for a moment. Looked to be the 19, or actually, sorry, it was the 16 of Braden Slack. The Mount student section still trying to see if they can taunt the Hawks a little bit as that one goes along the back side of the net on the opportunity from Colton Lawrence. 7 left to go here in the first as it's carried out of the zone by Kavanaugh. Right back at a front shot, score! It's the 4 of Andrew Smith. After he got his first last night, he gets his second tonight. And this game is going to get away really quickly if they're not careful. It's 3-0. It's 6:50 left to go here in the first. For the 27 of Caleri. Caleri gets pinned in the corner against Braden Slack. Slack tried to get the puck away. He does. Had it to Harrison Dumas from the point as that one is taken away and fired by Penacchini. Three 0 Hawks. 6:20 left to go in the first. I would have thought 3-0 maybe by the end of this game. But this is a shock to the system for anybody. Dumas gets knocked down from behind. Penacchini got away with that one. Not anything called by the referee. Back out in front for LaRose. LaRose tried to kick that one up Dumas. And it pops over top of him. All the way back in the defensive zone. Opportunity here as it's taken over by Buchanan. Buchanan sets that one forward for Rusov. Rusov trying to get it out through the neutral zone. He got bottled up there, and it's knocked away by the 27 of Giancarlo Caleri. Through the neutral zone for Greg Pyatt. Will go all the way down behind the cage, occupied by Colin Murray. Blake Grislis. Grislis sends that one around as it's tapped through. Opportunity headed the other way. Shot and a kick save on the shot from Luka Basha. Tie up in front of the Mount net. As the 26 of Steve Nardelli getting into it with a couple of different Mounties players. 4 and change remaining here in the first. Hawks trying to open up this game even further as they continue to put pressure. Will Kavanaugh takes that one down into the corner. Left it for Nick Regine. Regine got pinned to the boards. Kavanaugh came back around to pick it up again. Lawrence forward for Lombardi. For the 9 of Kyle Smolin. Regine picks this one up. Rink wide pass for Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh slots back. Shot. That got blocked as it came from the 10 of Pereira. Loose twig belongs to Colton Lawrence as he picks that one up, and he'll go off on a line change. It will get dumped down by Kavanaugh all the way behind Hannah. Hawks will go for a line change now. 3 and change left to go here in the first. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a bevy. Hawks have potted 3 here in the period and lead this game 3-0 in a bitter rivalry between 2 legendary hockey programs in the Ocean State. Devin Exer. Round the backside, Buchanan. Carried through the zone by Lefebvre, and then Murray will stamp down on that one for the stoppage of play. Faceoff comes to the right side of Murray with 3:12. And the draw play as they put Lawrence right in front, and Murray was able to get his glove there. Off the side boards, Jack LaRose as he whips that one around looking for Chris Hughes. Back through LaRose once again. On the opposite side, it's Correnti. Correnti slotted that one across. This one's going to skip to Tyler Carroll. Pushed back in the zone. Slack chases it into the corner for Carroll on the opposite side. Carroll controls it up his stick as he was looking to try to get Kyle Smolin. Instead, it turns back for the Hawks. Right in front, shot, score! It's the 14 of Jack LaRose. And it's 4. .32 left to go here in the first. And it's 4-0. Luke Smolin. Round the back side for Greg Pyatt. Can be controlled and moved through the neutral zone by the 27 of Caleri. Caleri spins that one just wide of the net. Nate Marshall gloved that one as it's sent all the way down by Owen Carter. Backside boards as it's pushed all the way out and fluttered through the zone on an attempt from Blake Grislis. And a stoppage of play. There is an absolutely stunned far side of this stadium from us, which is the Mount side, watching in a little bit of disbelief that this scoreline is 4-0 after just 14 minutes of play. The side directly below our broadcast position, which is all Hendricken fans, maybe in a little bit of disbelief of a different reason, that they're this far up on Mount. With having only played 14 minutes of gameplay. For Kyle Smolin. Tapped off the sideboard. Smolin was looking for Lombari. And it scooted around. Owen Carter for the Hawks. Back through center. Carrera is the 11 as he sends that one down into the corner. Blake Grislis tried to peel this one out. Caught in there is Jack LaRose. LaRose is in all sorts of tie-up as Lawrence peels that one away, but it only comes back as far enough for Grislis. Grislis slots that one over, looking for Owen Carter. Carter fired one wide. Final 30 seconds to go here in the first period of play. There'll be a short break in between the first and second period. We'll get the longer intermission for the ice resurface in between the second and third as this one's picked up by Buchanan. Sent all the way down. They're going to say deflection, so no icing, as Penachini will tap it forward for the Hawks. All the way back for Tyler Carroll as the horn will sound an end of the first period. 4-0 Hawks after one. You're watching Rhode Island High School hockey on Fans Only Sports Network.
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
As we welcome you back and we get set for second period action here on Pennzoil Sports Network. That is not a mistake on your scoreboard. 4-0 Hendricken after 1. And tonight's second period brought to you by Joseph Lammy, attorney at law. Visit josephlammy.com for more information. Joseph Lammy, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. And by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For high school athletes looking to play at college sports level, be seen, be a part of RREliteRecruits.com today. Matt Jolis alongside a stellar crew here at Adelard Arena. We thank you so much for tuning in on Pennzoil Sports Network. Hendricken Hawks played against Barrington Eagles last night at Portsmouth Abbey. With back-to-backs, you were wondering how much they might have left in the tank. They certainly have plenty left in the tank. They came out to a 4-0 barn burner in the first 15 minutes of play. Spreading the goals around, too. This one will scoot past the stick of Carenti, up the sideboards for LaRose. LaRose moves that one in, spins one right back in front, and that one went just wide, as it was Chris Hughes trying to see if he could get one. Off of the 33 of Carenti. Back in the neutral zone, it's controlled and moved along. As it went past LaRose, Andrew Smith a tap at it, whistle and a stoppage of play. Arm is up. We're going to get a penalty. And they're going to call Andrew Smith for the trip. It's going to put Mount on the power play for the first time. Face-off one. Smolin. That's Luke Smolin. As he works that one with Colton Lawrence. Lawrence will get rubbed off of the play there with 26 of Nardelli. And this one will kick off and come all the way down. Lawrence picks this one back up. 30 seconds gone by in the advantage as Colton Lawrence tries to take it himself. And Lawrence is bottled out by Nardelli and Penachini before he could even really get a shot off. Lombari. Smolin for Lawrence in the corner. Lombari calling for it. He's opening space in the corner. They go back. Shot that went just off of the side of the net. Now for Lombari in the corner, and Murray makes the save. Games around the Ocean State tonight, available on Pennzoil Sports Network. Of course, as well, too, we'll have games tomorrow as well. Burville, Smithfield. (4 p.m. Eastern Time, and then Barrington, Falmouth, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Cumberland and Warwick, Prout, Moses Brown on Sunday. Prout and Moses Brown are playing a game tonight and then have to turn around and play each other again on Sunday. An awkward back-to-back with the day in between. As this one gets spun back for Buchanan at the blue line, tips over top of his stick and will go all the way back. Stick tap signify the end of a power play, as it is, and we're back to five-a-side hockey, and somebody's going back in the box right away. And it's going to be a Hendricken player. Looks to be the 22 of Nate March. No, it's the 21 of Owen Carter. 2 minutes for roughing. So just as they expire a power play, they get one back. Smolin. Lawrence. Smolin held one. Lombari doesn't pull the trigger. Back for Smolin once again. Lombari tries to cycle around, gets a little help in the corner from Lefebvre. Lefebvre sent that one right across the mouth of the goal. Taken away and carried by LaRose the other way for Hendricken. As LaRose will head that one to the backside boards, continues to keep a hold on it. Jack LaRose works that one around, had a drop back. He thought that he had a player with him, but the 5 of Devin Exter was headed for the bench on the line change. Lombari dumps this one around. Lefebvre looking for the bounce off the boards. It'll come back to Smolin at the blue line. Smolin kept it in. Lefebvre in the corner as he's bothered there by Smith. As Logan Lefebvre cycles around, 1 minute left to go in the advantage with 10 and change left to go here in the second period. Loose twig on the ice, belongs to somebody in the midst of the rugby scrum back there. It's a Hendricken player, it's the 4 of Andrew Smith, and he retains his tool. Tic-tac-toe as the 9 of Kavanaugh went across for Penacchini, and it went wide past the backside of the net. That may have actually snuck behind Hannah. And the process of the play. 20 seconds remaining on the advantage as it's brought around off of the side boards. Still trying to see if they can clear the zone. They do not, and it ends up instead on the stick of Kavanaugh, and he may have dinged the post. As they whistle and they stoppage of play as the puck popped up out of play. I'll get a fresh piece of rubber from the box. 9:24 left to go here in the period. 6 seconds remaining in the advantage. As we're back underway. Craig Pyatt. Smolin. Sent that one all the way across for Rusov. Loose puck. Ends up being collected there by Marshall. Marshall tried to fire one and it hit some traffic in front of the net. Off the sideboards looking for Marshall again was Smith. As it's pinned along the backside boards, trying to work it was the 26 of Nardelli. Instead, it's picked up by Mountain, carried. Back for Smolin, across for Buchanan. Long distance, Murray had that one bounce right up on his pads. Shot and a save made, kick save out by Hannah as that one came flying off of the stick. Amazing crane shot, score! Don't give up a juicy rebound in front of the Hawks. Jack LaRose finds one and pots it in. It's 5-0. 8 and change left to go in the second, and this game is all gone. right away off of the face-off again. There goes the 27 of Caleri. Lombari tries to pull that off of the sideboards. Lombari gets flattened into the boards. That's the 19, or it's the 18 of Chris Hughes. Past Lombari all the way down. They're going to say deflection, no icing. 7.5 left to go here in the second. Halfway through the second period, halfway through this game. A 5-0 scoreline for the Saints as Hannah kicks one away from LaRose again. Today's game on Parents Only Sports Network brought to you by Joseph Lamy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlamy.com for more information, and by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools, 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com today. That one will get tapped aside. 1-2 as they were trying to go 19-9 as Regine was slotting one for Kavanaugh. Loose twig bouncing around on the ice will get picked back up. And getting all sorts of tied up and dumped down is the 4 for Hendricken of Smith. And he got tied up with the 14 of Max Rusov, and they're going to say it was all forced by the 33 in green and gold of Hayden Carenti. He's going to go 2 minutes for tripping. And the Mounties are going to get another power play with a chance to try to see if they can do something in this game. Mount St. Charles fans right now might feel like that meme of the guy poking a stick at the ground and saying, come on, do something, because they have been stuck in neutral since the opening face-off of this game. That one will hit traffic, come all the way back to the blue line. Lombari dumps it into the corner, looking for Smolin. Smolin back to Lombari again. Thought about looking to the other Smolin. Spins around with it instead. Now he does. Back to Lombari. Lombari poke check there by Carrera for Smolin. Lombari calling for it. Lombari pulls the trigger, and it pops up off the blocker pad of Colin Murray. And again, another shot from Smolin this time. Goes into Murray's glove and a stoppage of play. It's almost shocking to think that the shots on goal is so small, and also the differential is literally that of just a shade shy of the score line, but it is the score line that is probably shocking. 5-0, 5.5 left to play here in the second period. Smolin, Lombari, Lawrence, as that one goes off of Murray's pads. Hendricken trying to see if they can clear the zone. Caught in a little bit of a scrum. Lefebvre pulls that away as he tries to battle against Smith. Lefebvre backtracks. Lefebvre and Smith collide again. Smith sends it all the way back to the blue line. Across for Colton Lawrence. Lawrence fires. Murray stopped that one. Still loose. No, they're going to call it whistle dead as Murray had it underneath his pads. And some fisticuffs after the play continue. Ten seconds remaining in the advantage. 4:52 left to go here in the period. The referee having a chat with Colin Murray. Buchanan for the 9 of Kavanaugh. Set all the way down. Shot and sliding across the mouth of the goal after the shot was Aiden Pereira. As this one will come all the way down and icing will get called. Along the backside boards, it's trying to be pushed along by Regine. Penalty boxes are empty. We play 5 aside. 4:15 left to go. Off of the side boards, that one can be moved along by Penacchini. Looking down for Regine. Regine behind the net. Kicks that one out for Kavanaugh. Dumas for the 16 of Braden Slack. As again the 4 of Nick Buchanan gets upended. Kavanaugh. Penacchini. Bouncing puck off of the backside boards. Comes out for Pyatt. Dumped all the way back down again. Pereira is going to cycle this one around. Going to pop out, be kept in at the blue line for a moment by Blake Grislis. Now carried out by Dumas. Dumas against Grislis as Grislis shoves Dumas into the boards. And that one is all taken away and sent out of the zone by Mason Crane. Lawrence as he battles with Penacchini behind the Hendricken net. Back out up top for Will Link. Carried away here by LaRose. LaRose fires and Hannah makes the save. .251 left to go here in the second. We'll get the longer intermission after this period, so they'll resurface the ice. We'll obviously send you to a about 10-minute commercial break. And we'll be back for the third period as Colton Lawrence tries to put Mount on the board before the stanza comes to a close. LaRose slotting across for Hughes. That one goes well wide of everything. Pushed by the 15 of Grislis right in front for LaRose. As he's looking for a Hattie on the evening. Came all the way back, fired from the corner. From Pyatt. Dumped deep. Mount goes for a line change. Slotting through LaRose in the center. LaRose still trying to grab at it as it's taken away from him by Buchanan. 1:50 left to go here in the second period as that one's going to go up into... Did it hit someone in the Hendricken bench? Oh, they got caught. I think it hit a player changing out of the Hendricken bench. And they're going to get caught. Carrera heads to the box. And the call should be bench minor, too many men on the ice. Smolin. For Smolin. Lombari, and then to Luke Smolin. That one hit Penacchini. Bench minor, too many men on the ice. Hendricken off to the races, shorthanded. As they'll just cycle that one actually from Nate Marshall, and offside may have been called. A little too fast for their own good. Face-off that could be won by Mount. Braden Slack trying to move that one along. Kicks over instead for Luke Smolin. Smolin backtracking as he's chased by the 5 of Devin Exter. Exter tried to reach out and instead impacts with Logan Lefebvre. Puck bounces around, bodies bounce around, and offside gets called. .114 remaining in the advantage. Smolin. Hanna for Smolin. Peeling off as Kavanaugh. Lawrence dispossessed by Owen Carter, and it comes all the way down. Picked up by Smolin. Off the sideboards right in front of the Hendricken bench, pushed all the way back into the zone by Giuliano. Final 15 seconds to go here of the second period. Hendricken's opened up the lead a little bit further. It's 5-0. And they're going to go to the locker room with it sitting just as such, as that one's going to slide underneath Lefebvre's stick. And it's going to be 5-0 Hawks after 2. They're going to take the break to resurface the ice. We'll take the break ourselves. You're watching Rhode Island High School Hockey on Fans Only Sports Network.
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
As we welcome you back inside Adelard Arena, 5-0 Bishop Hendricken Hawks over the Mount St. Charles Mounties. As we get set to play the third period of play, the goals have been spread around for the Hawks. As Colin Murray has put on a phenomenal spot and net, though he hasn't had a lot of work. Dylan Hanna on the opposite side. Made some really good saves, but certainly had share of struggling shots to deal with. Lombari against Marshall. As Marshall chases that one into the corner, ping pongs back out, and an opportunity right in front. That almost came off of the stick of the 26 of Stephen Nardelli. Mounted the other way. Murray makes the save. And the puck is underneath Murray. The net got knocked off. And Smolin and Lawrence in a little bit of fisticuffs out to the play. And linesman having a chat with Smolin. Tonight's third period on Panzoli Sports Network brought to you by Joseph Lamy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlamy.com for more information, and by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools, 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com today. As it kicks around the backside boards, comes back out into the neutral zone. Harrison Dumas is going to pick this one up for Mount. Dumas cycles back as he was looking along the side with Lefebvre. Came back out to the point in a shot attempt that came from Will Link. And that one scooted past. 2-on-1 opportunity for Hendricken, and a shot goes way up into the netting. As it may have gotten deflected from Link after it came off the stick of Will Kavanaugh. Hendricken scored 5 last night. Here's Colton Lawrence. Lawrence on a breakaway opportunity. Lawrence gets stymied on the post. Came right back in front for Lombari, and that one skittered wide. That was the best break opportunity that we've seen Mount have all game. Link. That one hits traffic in front of Murray. Bounces off of the backboards. Lawrence still trying to spin with one. Lombari trying to knock that one away as he battles on the sideboard. Caleri, and it's all the way down for an icing. 13:18 left to go here in regulation. As we are the back end of the evening of high school hockey here in the Ocean State. One of the last few games of the day to start at the 9 o'clock face-off time. Moses Brown Prout in the third period. That game is tied 2-2. Burrillville North Kingstown in the third period. That game is 3-1 Burrillville. One other game in action is a Division II game. Cranston West and RMR. RMR up 3-0. And that game has just gone final. And a shot and a score. The six-pack of goals for the Hendricken Hawks. It's the 19 of Nick Regine. believe they said 9 on the assist. 19-9-33. So it's Regine with the goal, and then Kavanaugh and Corrente will pick up the assists, and a 6-pack for the Hawks. Caleri. He gets taken off of the play by Slack. Slack tries to get that one through the neutral zone, looking there for Smolin. LaRose. LaRose holds, fires that one into the middle. Smolin lost it off of his stick. Losing his stick, though, was Grislis. Back in the neutral zone, Smolin, slot across for Buchanan. 11 and a half left to go. As the Hawks lead 6-0. 4 goals in the first. They got 1 to add to it in the second. It's 5-0. Added another one here in the third for 6-0. As that one is fired and patted aside by Hannah. Comes back for Penachini. Penachini wraps behind his own net. Will carry this one through the neutral zone himself. Aiden Penachini carried that one in. And then dumps Luke Smolin to the ice. And we'll get a whistle and a stoppage of play. Ten and change left to go here in the third as they are going to attend to Luke Smolin, and the training staff will take him off the ice. Faceoff's going to come down on the blue line area right in front of the Hendricken bench. It'll kick up off the dasher board. And comes back up top. Hard shot all the way from deep distance on the blue line from Hayden Corrente. Off the side boards. And moved through center ice as a hard shot from Lombari hits Murray and comes right back down. Neutral zone again will Link. Link hit over top of that one as that puck got flicked way up in the air. That is about the closest I think I've seen a puck come to the broadcast booth in 2+ seasons that I've been here at Adelard calling games. That one came awfully, awfully close. Offside will get called. We'll get a stoppage of play. There's not much that can be said about this one other than Hendricken had plenty left in the tank after playing Barrington last night at Portsmouth Abbey to come into the legendary barn that is Adelard Arena and all the hockey history here, and just absolutely put a stamp on this edition of the rivalry. And to an extent, though it is early in the season, put a stamp and a claim that they want to defend their title. Cycled into the backside boards. It's going to get moved along by Marshall. Nardelli had a little bit of a tap on it. This one's going to come all the way down. Deflection, so no icing is the play. With a 6 of Giuliano. The kicks around back to Regine at center. Murray will shepherd that one. Penachini kept in by Link at the blue line before he's bumped by Kavanaugh. Puck goes back into the neutral zone. Penachini once again as he dumps that one around, looking for Giuliano on the corner. That one will go past Murray. He'll get his stick out to just make sure it doesn't go any further. Here's a foot race for the 9 of Kavanaugh. Shot from Ferrier, and that one went to the side. Carenti. Ferrier. Ferrier almost had another attempt, and that got pushed just wide. Regine sat up right in front and will be held by Dylan Hanna for a stoppage of play. Tonight's third period on Fans Only Sports Network brought to you by Joseph Lamy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com for more information, and by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches for athletes looking to play at the next level. Be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com, the nation's #1 college recruiting service. This one's going to get cycled around and a hit hard right up against the Mount bench. And now Lawrence and the 18 of Chris Hughes having a little bit of extracurricular activities. Puck sat at the blue line. Murray just snags that one as Colton Lawrence, Antonio Lombari and company try to solve the mystery that has been Colin Murray in net. No luck so far. As we're inside of 7 left to play and a 6-0 scoreline. Smolin tapped one for Rusov. This will kick around the backside boards. Chased on the opposite side. Jack Potter. Smolin. Caleri comes back out for Grislis. Grislis fires one. That one went through traffic and is brought down by Harrison Dumas. Flicked all the way into the back corner. Smith. Carrera deflected up into the netting and out of play. Will stop play with 6:08. We have gone one cycle through the high school season, as we've now seen all 12 Division I teams play at least once. So come Monday will be the first edition of the Fans Only Sports Network Power Rankings for the 22-23 season. Now Cam Martin in the statistics department chugging away at the numbers to get that one all set and ready to go. As always, follow us, Fans Only Sports. It's fansonlysportz.com. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, whatever social media you might have. at FOSPORTZ. And for all things hockey powered by Fans Only Sports Network, follow us on Instagram at ri.hockey. Drop back pass for the 5 of Bryce Baxter. And that flicks off of the stick of Murray and up out of play. Hendricken trying to exit into the neutral zone. They cannot. They're going to send this one up the side glass. Now they do get it out. Devin Exter trying to look one forward. Smolin's going to beat them to it on the backside corner. Peeled around Braden Slack as he gets pinned into the corner there by Aiden Pennicchini. Pennicchini gets a hold of this one as the puck pops free. Bounces out into the center for Nathan Murray. And offside? Or are we're getting a roughing penalty. They're going to call the 18 of Chris Hughes 2 minutes for roughing with 4 minutes left to go. So Hughes to the box. And getting tossed out of the faceoff circle is Lombari, so Smolin's going to come in to take that one. Colton Lawrence. Smolin. Back to Lawrence in the corner, and it's tapped off of the corner, came right back out in front. And after it bounces around a whole bunch of bodies, Will Cavanaugh comes away with this one for the Hawks. Trying to slot one across. Got it onto the stick of Pereira. This one's going to go back around once again. Pereira along the sideboards. Pereira gets sandwiched by Lombari. As Colton Lawrence picks it up and carries it out. Lawrence poke checked by 3 different Hawks players, and finally Pennicchini takes Lawrence down. Smolin. Lombari sandwiched into the boards. A minute left to go in the advantage with 3 left to go here in regulation. No worry about there being added time or overtime, as this one's a 6-0 game, and it's about to be 7 as that one still a loose puck, and it's underneath Hannah. Face off back to the neutral zone. Losing an edge and going down was Rusov. For Harrison Dumas. All the way across for Buchanan. Buchanan sends this one down into the corner. Dylan Hanna controls as it comes back and looped around by Slack. Stick tap signify the end of a penalty as it comes to an end. We're back to 5-a-side hockey in the final 2 to play. Caleri shot, that one hit post. Hannah's going to scoop that one up and stop play. But Giacomo Caleri just dinged the post. Crane. LaRose. As this one comes back out up top of the blue line area for Gristlis. Tapped around by Lawrence. Delayed offsides, negated as Hendricken controls the puck. Off of the post on a mishandle there from Gristlis. Dangerously in front of Colin Murray. Will Link. For the 4 of Andrew Smith. Off the sideboards and all the way down. Buchanan will pick this one up. They want icing. They won't get it. No need for them to even get icing. If I'm Hendricken right now, I'd foresee just letting this clock run as much as I can. Pops back out into the neutral zone. Dumped back in by Potter. We'll go around the backside boards. Hendricken will pick up a bunch of wins before the end of the season, but they will tell you that rivalry wins always are the more sweeter ones. They're going to get one here against Mount St. Charles. The legendary story will continue, of course, later on in the season. But for tonight, bragging rights in the rivalry are going to go to the Bishop Hendricken Hawks. 6 goals on the board, 4 in the first period, and the Hawks are going to pin this one along the sideboards till the clock hits 0, and the Hawks have a 6-0 victory. That'll do it for us here from Adelard Arena. We thank you so much for tuning in. For Alden Darris, Will Devereux, Angelos, all of us here at Pennzoil Sports Network, thank you so much. Hawks win 6-0. We'll see you for more high school hockey action tomorrow. Till then, good night.